Hello and good morning, everyone. Remember how Asians were viewed as nerds who are good at math? But guess what? We're more than that because we have so many things we're good at. Like, for example, rap music. Ladies and gentlemen, 88 Rising is a classic example of how we have broken those stereotypes. Established since 2015, 88 Rising is a hybrid entertainment business with record label, artist management, media, and marketing functions all fused into one. The company focuses on a niche market catering to the 4 billion Asian population, which consists of 2 billion millennials and Asian Americans. So far, 88 Rising has been solely hiring Asian talent, specializing in rap, hip hop, and R&B music genres like Rich Brian, Hi Brothers, and Georgie. In the eyes of its founder Sean Miyashiro, 88 Rising is the arbiter of Asian cool in the music industry to international audiences. So 88 Rising is fostering the mindset of becoming the Disney of Asian culture by providing opportunities to Asian artists along with cross-cultural exchanges. Being the trendsetter behind the Asian cool in the young Asian American market, 88 Rising has many strengths as well as opportunities that they can leverage on. With a successfully carved out niche focusing on Asian culture, a track record of discovering and nurturing globally recognized artists, and a strong brand image, 88 Rising has cemented itself as being more than just a record label for promoting and supporting its artists. However, the language and cultural barriers between Western and Asian cultures limit the appeal of 88 Rising music to non-Chinese speaking audiences, and the limited focus on hip hop and R&B music genres due to fears of diluting its brand image weakens the market position of the company. On the other hand, the significant growth in the global music industry, potential cross-cultural collaborations, and possible expansion of artists provide lucrative opportunities for 88 Rising to expand beyond borders in the future. Meanwhile, 88 Rising faces competition from both mainstream and niche labels that target similar audiences, and the rapidly changing music trends and consumer preferences pose a threat to 88 Rising, who needs to stay relevant and not risk losing its unique brand image. 88 Rising belongs to the media and entertainment industry, which is a vast and dynamic industry that spans over film, television, music, digital content, and many more. From the research conducted, we found out that among different ages of the world population, the most popular music genres were pop and rock. And among the 2 billion millennials existing aged between 16 to 34, rock and pop are the two most popular music genres visited next to the already penetrated hip hop and rap market. Mainstream music streaming services such as Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music have also been seeing an increasing number of listeners streaming pop music albums via their personal playlists. Finally, some emerging significant trends that are shaping the entertainment industry are global expansion beyond traditional boundaries and catering to diverse international audiences, digital streaming dominance with subscription-based platforms like Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music revolutionizing the way we consume music, leading to a decline in traditional media outlets, increased diversity and ethnic representation, with emphasis on promoting inclusivity in the industry, location shifts to stream music anywhere, anytime, facilitated by widespread availability of high-speed internet and the rise of smartphones, and shifts in power dynamics in which the consumer has full control over their media consumption choices on what they watch, read, listen to, and play. So the consumer is firmly in control of how they spend their time and money. These emerging trends highlight the evolving nature of the media and entertainment industry, presenting both challenges and opportunities for companies to adapt and thrive in a rapidly changing landscape.
With a focus on Asian representation and a diverse roster of artists, 88 Rising is reshaping the music industry as we know it. First, let's talk about the artists themselves. 88 Rising has gathered a talented group of individuals, many of whom are of East Asian descent, bringing their unique cultural backgrounds and experiences to the forefront of the music scene. However, we believe that there is still ample room for more diverse voices to be heard. These artists have amassed a significant following, both individually and collectively. For example, the enigmatic Georgie has garnered an impressive 3.17 million YouTube subscribers, while Rich Brian boasts 2.33 million subscribers. As you can see, all other artists that have been signed by the label have huge fan bases of their own. However, 88 Rising's impact goes beyond the individual artists' successes. 88 Rising's YouTube channel has an astounding 6.03 million subscribers, surpassing the subscriber count of its star artists combined. The collective's YouTube channel serves as a hub for their entire roster of artists. By cultivating this dedicated platform, the company has created an own audience for their brand. This enables them to effectively promote existing artists while also introducing new talent to a wide and engaged fan base. The success of 88 Rising's artists and the exploration of various genres is a testament to their versatility and creativity. From infectious rap flows of Rich Brian to the introspective melodies of Georgie, they have made their marks in genres like hip-hop and R&B. Looking ahead, there are exciting opportunities for 88 Rising to expand into new genres. With their commitment to pushing boundaries, they could explore genres like electronic music, alternative rock, or even collaborate with artists from different cultural backgrounds to create innovative and cross-genre fusions. Apart from major record labels, 88 Rising's current competitors include the independent Asian labels and online platforms such as YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. In response to the success of 88 Rising, major record labels recognize the demand for Asian talent and have launched sub-labels targeting the Asian market. Universal, Sony, and Warner introduced multi-label structures or dedicated platforms to foster talent from China, Southeast Asia, and the broad Asian region. These moves by major record labels attracted many emerging Asian artists who saw opportunities to sign with the newly established labels. Additionally, online platforms have posed a competitive challenge as they provide alternatives for artists to gain visibility and connect with their audiences directly. In this evolving landscape, 88 Rising maintains its competitive edge by focusing on preserving the unique brand identity and nurturing their talent, creating an environment that artists were reluctant to leave. Collaborations and partnerships are being forged to expand their reach and tap into new markets. While this strong online presence, particularly through the YouTube channel, allows them to engage with their fan base effectively. By staying true to their brand, supporting their artists, and leveraging the digital platform, they have remained a prominent force in championing Asian representation in the music industry. Moving on to a strategic overview. Facing the opportunities and challenges in the market, 88 Rising is now confronted with a crucial decision, whether to remain a niche player with a strong brand image, or should they diversify their music genres and target audience and scale up their business at the risk of the dilution of the brand image. We believe that to achieve growth, 88 Rising should prioritize recruiting fresh Asian talents. By identifying and nurturing emerging artists, the company can continually refresh its roster and remain a trendsetter in the industry. They have identified India and Philippines as top markets to recruit new talent from. Collaborating with top music artists globally should also be a key component of their strategy. By partnering with established international artists, the company can create innovative and cross-cultural music collaborations, exposing its artists to new audiences and enhancing the diversity and global appeal of its music. Our research has shown that Spanish and French artists are the most compatible and complementary to the 88 Rising's current offering. Expanding across global music genres should also be considered. While 88 Rising has a strong foundation on genres like hip-hop and rap, exploring and incorporating other genres like pop, rock, and dance into their repertoire will enable them to cater to a broad range of audience preferences and establish themselves as a versatile music collective. Through these three initiatives, we believe that 88 Rising can strike a balance between growth and maintaining a strong brand image. By staying true to their roots while embracing new possibilities, they're sure that they can remain at the forefront of the global music scene, championing Asian representation and reshaping the industry.
Upon conducting an extensive industry analysis, we have made a remarkable observation. There is a substantial demand for global music crossovers in recent times. Songs like Despacito, Gangnam Style, Bailando, even Shakira's Waka Waka have captured worldwide attention and attained wider stage like any other. We have found that this is mainly because these songs possess the ability to captivate not only individuals who understand their respective languages, but also a broader audience who firmly believes in the notion that music has no language barriers. When different cultures come together in a song, it's like a burst of colors that grabs everyone's attention around the globe. The flunky mix of beats and lyrics are known to keep people hooked. Hence, we stand before you today to present an exciting new strategy, 88 Rising Global, where we are poised to take Asian talent to an unprecedented heights by exploring strategic collaboration with artists from India and the Philippines. Through our meticulous analysis, we have identified two primary factors that have guided our selection: the sizable population of these countries and the substantial presence of the diaspora in the US, as it can be seen through this graph. Hence, we present to you our strategy, 88 Rising Global, a strategy designed to collaborate with artists from around the world. Our mission at 88 Rising Global is to push boundaries and explore new horizons in music collaborations. And we have identified two key nationalities to embark on this journey: India and the Philippines. Let's begin with India, a country boasting the largest population on earth as of April 2023. As depicted in this graph, digital music sales in India have shown a consistent upward trend, indicating a thriving music market. What's fascinating is that while Americans average 84 minutes of daily music consumption, India has surpassed them by 2 minutes. This presents a tremendous opportunity for us to tap into this vast market. An example of an artist who would be a perfect fit to kickstart this strategy with the focus on the Indian audience is Vidya Vox, a renowned YouTuber and American known for blending Western music with Bollywood hits. Artists like her have the potential to captivate Indian listeners and create a strong connection by merging familiar Bollywood elements with a contemporary twist. Now let's turn our attention to the Philippines, a nation known for its deep appreciation of music as reflected in this graph. Filipinos spend considerably more time listening to music compared to Americans and several other nations. In this whole scenario, we've spotted artists like Bella Poarch, who totally rocked the American Filipino music industry. This artist, signed by Warner Records, went from TikTok fame to being worth a whopping USD 12 million in 2023. Pretty impressive, right? After conducting some research on the global music market, we discovered that Spain and France have a significant population of daily music listeners. Consequently, in addition to signing agreements with artists from India and Philippines, our research have unveiled that Spain is the home to a thriving music landscapes, attracting a high number of daily music listeners. Building upon this, we propose exciting collaborations with Spanish music sensations like Enrique Iglesias and Rosalia. By partnering with these esteemed artists, we anticipate that global popularity will not only increase our revenue, but also enhance 88's rising reputation on a global scale. Together, we will create extraordinary music that will resonate Spanish audiences and captivate music lovers worldwide. Now let's delve into France, a country that showcases remarkable growth potential in the music industry. Over the past year, French music revenue has experienced a remarkable 6.4% growth, highlighting an untapped market waiting to be explored. To capitalize on this opportunity, we plan to collaborate with French artists such as Le Mapel and SCH, who have gained considerable attention and acclaim. A prime example of this global appeal of French music in the viral song Mon Soleil from Netflix hit series Emily in Paris, capturing worldwide attention in the recent months.
Now let's look into how to enter into the market. One of the best way to market our brand as well as reach our consumers is through brand endorsement. Other than the ones mentioned here, partnering with brands such as Beats, sponsoring esports teams, as well as gaming accessories, we can also have things such as artist takeover, where we collaborate with popular artists on social media platforms to host live takeovers of the record labels' accounts. We can allow artists to share behind-the-scenes glimpses, live performance, exclusive announcements, or interact directly with the fans. We can also have playlist partnerships where we can collaborate with popular music streaming platforms, influencers, or brands to curate and promote playlists that feature our artists. We can create theme playlists such as workout playlists, road trip playlists, or mood-led playlists, which aligns with the artist's music. This strategy can increase visibility and introduce the artist to new audience. We can also have an emerging artist spotlight where we can dedicate a section of the label's website or social media channels to promote emerging artists. We can provide exposure and opportunities for these artists to gain recognition through exclusive interviews, live performance, or collaborations with existing artists. This strategy helps us to create a reputation for our label as a supporter of new talents. We can also have cross-platform partnership, like collaborate with other entertainment platforms, such as popular TV show or movie artists. Our second how to enter into the market is live performance and events. We can create immersive concert experience that go beyond the traditional stage setup. This can include synchronized visuals, 3D projections, or interactive installations that engage the audience in a multi-sensory experience. We can also have interactive fan experience. This could include virtual concerts, live Q&A sessions, fan meetings, or greet and meet opportunities. Another way we can have live performance and events is pop-up concerts. Surprise fans with pop-up concerts in unexpected location. This could be a public space or unique benches. We can utilize social media and geological technology to announce these concerts with a short notice, creating a sense of exclusivity and excitement among fans with giving the company promotion. We can also collaborate with visual artists to create synchronized audio-visual experience. These collaborations create unique and immersive experience. We can also add a soundtrack to the record label in a creating engaging way. We can have this soundtrack through music for podcasts, from films, commercials, and advertisements, video games. We can also have soundtracks for social media and user-generated content, encouraging our fans and followers to use labels' music in their social media content, such as TikTok videos, Instagram reels, or YouTube covers. We can also create hashtag or challenges that promote user-generated content using our music. This amplifies the reach of our music and encourages fan engagement. When we look into the strategic roadmap, this is our strategic roadmap. We can see our main strategy of global crossovers consists of three components. Firstly, we will be recruiting fresh Asian artists. To match 88 pricing brand name, we need to search and finalize artists, which will take around 3 months. In the next 3 months, we need to engage with the artists to confirm their suitability, as this is a long-term collaboration. Within the next 6 months, all positively evaluated artists will be signed into the company. Other than recruiting artists, we need to look into having new types of collaborations to increase the penetration of the market. Potential artists who have considerable market base can be found in the country we want to penetrate during the first 3 months. Example, if you want to enter the Indian market, we can collaborate with an Indian singer with a Korean artist from 88 Rising, as K-pop is a big thing in India. Establishing contract, interest, collaborative alignments, and planning can be done in the next 3 months. In the last few months, extensive promotions will be done, as we are now reaching out to an unexplored market. The last strategy is genre expansion. As this is a complex decision, research and audience analysis will be done in the first few months, leading to find new talents which is suitable from the research of our market. New content for this genre should be created, such as songs, albums, as a pilot run. Next, promotions and marketing to reach the new audience should be done. And now we can see this is our market projections. Currently, there is a market share of 5.88% for hip hop globally when compared to the music industry. Therefore, we have the opportunity to expand into genres such as pop, rock, and dance music, which collectively have a market share of 32.5%. This creates an opportunity for us to grow our market share by 26.77%. And that's it for market share projection. And from our team, we are Team University of Colombo. And now we are open to questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, team. So this is the Q&A session, which is so please make questions short and concise, and leave your thoughts and comments for the later feedback session. So the Q&A session will be 15 minutes, and countdown starts now. So you may ask questions, judges.
Hi, maybe I'll go first. Thank you so much for the presentation. Very interesting idea on a collab. I guess my main question is, are you proposing to target more like Indian audience, for example, or Indian American audience? Because I feel like the preference of these two will be different, and that goes into the feasibility of the collaboration ideas. Because how do you know, like, say, Indian collaboration with French is something uh, Indian audience would like or Indian American audience would like. So can you just elaborate more on like who are your target audience and like how would this collaboration idea target work for both audience? Thanks.
Okay, can I answer that question? Okay, so to answer that question, now what we have discovered is 88 Rising is mainly focused on capturing Asian talent, right? And we have already 88 Rising is focusing on the main Asians. That is, if you take Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, but why not other Asian countries such as India, Sri Lanka, and many other Asian countries, right? So that's what we thought. We thought of like, if we want to show the diverse nature of the Asian market and the colors of the Asian market, we thought of expanding to these nations. But solely expanding to these nations won't work. Definitely, you like especially 88 Rising going into a completely Hindi song would be relatively new, right? And it will take adjustments. So what we thought was already 88 Rising has a good customer base in it is already based in the US, right? So by collaborating now from the statistic as it was shown in the slides, there is a considerable number of Indians living in the US. So what we thought was collaborating the US, like American singers and the Indian singers and capturing the Indian market, not only in the US, but in India itself. Example, if you take Bailando, now that Spanish song, like not only the Spanish people in Spain understood this song, but also in America, those who are the Spanish living in America also understood this. So we were able to capture a large market, right? So that's what we thought. Not only the Indians in the US or not only the Indians in India, we thought of mixing Hindi and English so that we have customers from not only the US, but also from India itself.
Yes, I got that element, but where does the French and Spanish come into play? Like, if you have Indian plus American plus French, that sounds like a mixture of a lot of things.
Definitely. We won't be going for collaborations with three languages. It's going to be an Asian country with another country, like example, India and US, or the French and the English, not two foreign languages such as French and Hindi. We don't know if that will work. So we are going to stick to, in the meantime, we are going to stick to Chinese and English or French and English. But mixing up two foreign languages, I feel like it will be a bit difficult because the market is very niche.
Yeah, like say for how would like French plus English attract Asian audience, both in America and also in Asia? I think that's the part I'm trying to wrap my head around.
So yes, so this means we have two elements in our strategy. So one is collaboration and one is signing artists. So when we were signing artists, we want to get some people who has a mixed background. For example, Indian and American. So they should be partly Asian because this is about Asian roots, 88 Rising's main brand image. So we want to retain that. And then these artists who are signed into our company can collaborate with French or Spain. So this is what we meant. So signing and collaborations, two different elements to our this thing. So our signing will be Asians, and then we will collaborate with non-Asians country. Like for example, Blackpink in Korea collaborating with Dua Lipa in America. So something like that.
So just from my perspective, thank you for the presentation. I found it fascinating. You can clearly see the level of enthusiasm and your deep interest in the subject. A couple of things I'd just be interested in. Can you show me on the slides what options you considered apart from these and what the cost benefit analysis is?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Sure. So obviously, I can see the three themes that you've decided to progress with. Can you just talk about what are the other options that you considered but you discounted? So did you look at selling the company? Did you look at bringing in investment into the company? Did you look at the partnership opportunities with Samsung, McDonald's, Netflix, etc.?
We of course considered multiple opportunities. We actually initially considered that was actually the last option we considered was we might, so as the one of the big three record labels could actually acquire us or something of the sort, but we discarded it because we actually thought that we watched a couple of videos where we saw Sean, like the founder of the company, talking. He was very passionate about the company. He was all about to go ahead and cultivate Asian talent on their own and be true to themselves and all that. So we discarded that option of the company being acquired by a bigger label. And of course we did. If you can, Anuji, move to the slide where we show the collaborations, how to strategize that slide. We have analyzed options where we can see, not that, the slide before that. Yes, that. So we have actually considered partnering up with other brands and other streaming platforms with other applications, and you can also see sports teams, gaming accessories, and partnering up with brands such as Beats and etc.
So maybe just following on from that. So the two challenges that is specifically called out in the business case is key man risk, because everything goes through the CEO, Mr. Miyashiro, and the second one is the company's tiny. It's only 200 people. So how are you going to fund all of this? How are you going to scale up? Because there's a huge amount of investment in resources and other technology, etc., required. So how is this going to get funded?
At the moment, they have hired really fresh Asian talent. They have hired a fresh Asian talent when they were at the inception of the company, who had contributed a lot to their growth and revenue streams. For example, Richvan and Georgie, who have become worldwide global sensations, who have accumulated large number of subscribers on YouTube, bringing new streams of revenue to the company. But not just that, they're not relying just on their artists and record label music production, but also they have ventured into creating festivals and a concert focusing just on Asian artists who are releasing their music and bringing in an audience that caters to that Asian music in America and all sorts of areas around the world. So just like Coachella, they are having their own concert, own festival annually, and this is bringing in large amounts of revenue for them. For example, 4 to 5 million US dollars. So all these different activities that they're doing, in addition to things like creating soundtracks for movies like the Shang-Chi, Ten Rings, the Marvel movie that was just released. So they're looking into other different areas that they can generate revenue and foster growth in the business. And just as my teammate mentioned, these partnerships with lifestyle brands such as Beats and other different brands, bringing them more revenue to do the expansion activities.
Thank you.
Other than what my colleague mentioned, I also have a point to mention. Now, already 88 Rising has a really established reputation worldwide. So I don't think recruiting and attracting new talent would be very difficult for an established and renowned brand like 88 Rising. So like my colleague mentioned, through these live performances and events, we can definitely find some short-term cash. And also maybe we can enter into a contract with the artist to be paid based on the royalties or based on the commissions, and maybe get into an agreement that will suit for both us as well as them because of the renowned reputation that we have already established with them.
Any further questions from judges and also listeners?
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you for your very creative presentation. I was wondering, what do you think? What do you think are the key assets of 88 Rising that help them arbitrate or say or define what Asian cool is, and how does that you know how does that go into the expansion strategy that you've presented?
So I think one of the key assets 88 Rising has is them having a new market. That means their main concern was about immigrants, right? Immigrants, Americans. So they found this new market to cater to music because immigrant Americans. That means Chinese Americans. They were saying they were in a place where they were not either feeling Chinese or either feeling American. So they were in the middle. So they made music catering to that niche market. So that's where I think that's their biggest asset, having a unique brand image. So other than that, the CEO having experience in music industry also does help. So through this, we are still keeping true to our roots. That means we are still going to hire artists, sign contracts with artists who are a mix. That means a mix of Asian as well as another country. And then we are going to expand to other ventures. So this is how our expansion strategy will still keep true to the assets and move on.
Adding on to that, so what lets them define what cool is, like in terms of Asians, I think it's the fact that, they have a very build up on like the whole meme culture thing. They plan on doing things that go viral. They wanna do things that are more, they want to be a trendsetter in the industry, right? We have seen Georgie now used to be Pink Guy before. So he came from like the internet meme culture. Like that, most of their artists, they, especially even Rich Brian, all of them, they came from like meme culture. So they focus on like creating more, they focus on like leveraging that and like creating a wider fan base, wider audience. Through that. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the insights. And lastly, what do you think? You mentioned earlier about you watched videos of the CEO and how passionate he is. What do you think will the reception of the CEO in terms of the business expansion case that you have? How do you think the CEO will take this, and is that an important consideration to me?
Yes, I think a major concern that 88 Rising and the CEO both had was that they didn't want to go outside the niche market that they're currently in. So fostering mainly the Asian artists that they have and expanding or like signing, acquiring other Asian artists that they can nurture and foster. But currently we're seeing that staying within that niche market will not be enough for their expansion and growth, which is why we have suggested our strategy, which is Global Crossovers 88 Rising Global, in which we're suggesting signing with other Asian artists across the globe, like, for example, as we mentioned, India and Philippines, and also the collaborations with other, pop sensations in countries like Spain and France. And not just that, restricting themselves just to the, hip hop, R&B, rap genres will be limiting their listeners, streaming, music audiences. So that is why we are rationalizing, expanding into the music genres, which are pop and rock, that have accumulated large amounts of revenue industry-wise, and more growing consumers in those respective music genres. So I feel like for the expansion and the growth of the business, it would be in the very best interest of the company CEO and founder, Sean Miyashiro, to consider these intellectual and lucrative strategies that we have proposed today.
And also adding on to that, I think one thing it was mentioned in the case study that Sean wants to make his company as Vice, that means or the Disney of Asia. So if he wants to expand to that level, he should take this risk. So he did take the risk of entering into a niche market. So we think that he would take the risk of expanding his business if he do want to remain in the business, because there are so many competitors in the Asian market now as well.
Okay, I think
Thank you.
time's up. I have to cut you from here. So thank you, team. Thank you for your presentation. Good job.